it's like roller was pretty much my whole life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I got away from it for 10 years, and then came back after school.
Yeah, we'll hear. We'll talk all about it, man. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chirps and Bearings. I'm your host and goalie in the crease for today, Alex Kaiser. With us, my co-host and lockdown defenseman, Ian Mueller. What's up, Ian? How you doing, dude?
Doing well.
Good, man.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, man. We're here. It's a Thursday afternoon. We're recording. I mean, what else? There's nowhere else I'd rather be, man. With us today, man, really excited for this episode. We've got Mr. Josh Martin. Josh, welcome to Chirps and Bearings, man.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. I'm equally as excited to be here.
Let's go, man. I'm excited as well. And so it seems like we've started off every episode almost talking about this lovely Gold Division South Jeff Fall Classic Champion 2025, right? And so in that tournament, right, we just talked to Schubert, who we beat for this. Well, in that tournament, during pool play, you two were the only team that beat us.
Oh, yeah. Deer Dick, baby.
Yep.
The only team. And what's funny is, like, so Ian was the GM of our team and had his own team, and, again, beat us in pool play.
You know, I hate to say this, too, but I also had to, like, trade players to the Whalers from my squad to, like, help the competitive balance for that tournament. You know, I'm not going to name names, but there's definitely guys I had to give up. I didn't want to send
man,
away.
You know what? Ian is selfless in this, man.
Yeah.
We thank you so much for your sacrifice.
Appreciate it.
That was one of those feelings where it's like, you know, you go home and the next day you look back on it and you're like, you know what? At least we were the only ones to beat them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember before that game, you told me, you said, dude, Kaiser, stay big.
Yeah.
I said, okay, all right. Because Marty with us today, I'm really excited for this episode because, Marty, you're a goalie. You do skate out.
I do.
But, man, you are an amazing goalie. And it's a lot of fun to play against you, to watch what you do. Actually, you know, I've got the River Rats shirt on today. When I first started playing with the River Rats, I was kind of like your backup.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was there when the River Rats started with.
Yes, and you were the Kojo, you know, big friend of the podcast, and actually we're going to go interview TK tomorrow.
Okay, nice.
Saturday. That's all right.
Yeah. Sorry.
We knew what you meant.
But anyway, when they brought me on, they were like, hey, look, like when we go play tournaments right now, it's Marty's net, and they're like, hey, we'll have you play in some league games with us, and then you kind of moved on, and I got to kind of move up. So
no, those are great guys. River Rats, great organization. They're fun to play with. I went to school with Kojo.
Yeah.
And I remember them hitting me up and like, hey, we're starting this like St. Louis, Illinois, you know, mixture of guys, and want you to be a part of it. And I was all in because that was kind of like right when I came back into the roller scene. Yeah. And so I was just itching to play again and find some, you know, team to call home.
Yeah, man. And then again, you kind of moved on. And then I stepped in and kind of took over with the Rats. So who are you playing for now?
So now I play with Tidy Whiteys from Nashville.
Okay.
And we played AAA and a couple pro tournaments here and there. Actually, we're going to play pro at Wish Cup this year.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
And then Car Shield locally, AAA only.
Okay. That's awesome, man. So with that Nashville team, I mean, how many guys from St. Louis are on that team?
Landon Hybert's played a couple tournaments with us, but right now I'm the only St. Louis player.
Right on, man. That's cool. I've seen those jerseys there. Looks literally like it's like you guys have Tidy Whiteys on.
Yeah, the pink ones, the pink ones pop.
And green are nice. Yeah. I actually just got my helmet cage. Savior goaltending Adam Gagogio here in St. Louis. He did the two-tone. I'll review it on my socials this week maybe, but it's like pink and green. It looks pretty sick.
I saw that. You showed that to me last week, and man, it's clean, man. It looks really good.
When he was goalie for River Rats, honestly, like one of my favorite victories we had at Midwest Wars, where we were with the Rats, and we won a double overtime game against Chicago Drive, and then we shit the bed the very next game. But like that win though, you know, going to the 3-on-3 after 12 minutes of stop clock in that first overtime, it was like, dude, something's gonna happen. We're gonna lose to a funky goal, and then I don't know. We just kept going and plugged it in, and it was like, all right. And everybody was gun ho. They're like, we're going to nationals, and we're like, yeah. And then lost immediately. Immediately, the team just like stopped talking.
Disbanded.
Yeah.
It slipped my mind too when you asked St. Louis guys. Daniel Dunaway's also been playing with Tidy Whities recently now too.
Oh, okay.
So wanted to make sure I threw his name in there to,
Good old Dunny.
Donnie,
Louis
man.
boys.
Oh yeah, nice, good. The Jofa helmet.
Yep.
Man. So all right. So chirps and bearings, right? I gotta ask you, man. You've been playing a lot of hockey. You played a long time. Favorite chirp that you've either used yourself or you've heard used in a game?
Okay. Personally heard in a game or a favorite just of all time?
Just any chirp.
Okay. My favorite one, I think, is whenever Matt Martin, when I think he was with the Islanders, I don't know if it was a playoff game or regular season game, but he's leaning over the boards during a stoppage of play, and Drew Miller from the Red Wings is just barking at him across, and he's telling him to go back to the minors, and then Matt Martin's like, dude, you were in the minors longer than me. What are you talking about? And then Miller goes on to say something, and Matt Martin just goes, just go dye your hair, and then turns around and sits. And that one just, I don't know, that one just always killed me. Just the nonchalant. He's like, just go dye your hair.
Dude, I was thinking about this like last night. Like chirping is like an art form.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's
it
tough.
really
It's
is an art
hard,
form.
too. Like in the moment,
Yeah.
thinking of something.
Yeah.
It's not always easy.
You know, I think that there was what reminded me of that. I was thinking about the Olympics with Kachuk chirping
yeah.
Leon
That was
Draisaitl. Like, dude, always the bridesmaid, eh, Leon?
Yeah.
Like,
That
oh
was
my,
legendary.
that
That's probably
was
going to go down as one of the all-time
Right.
chirps.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
That one was a good one. And because anybody can just throw out "fu,"
Right.
Right, like,
Or the bad slurs, you know.
Yeah,
it's
right?
There's
Like-
there's no
no
creativity.
like
Right.
get creative with
Yeah.
it, man. Right?
Yeah.
Like, get creative with it. It's man, and I don't know when you're in the net and when you're in the crease, are you talking shit?
No, actually, I don't talk at all. I try to hardly even like. I'll direct traffic for my own team, but like stoppages of play and like guys shooting pucks, because like especially like the opposing team, like a lot of times you'll make a save and then they'll even like try to tap you and that good save. It's like I do not like.
Okay.
Like, I try not to engage in any conversation.
That's
Yeah.
interesting because like I'm kind of like the same way. I'll direct my team, but I find because there are times where I do want to talk shit, but on the times that I do talk shit, I end up getting lit up.
Yeah, it kinda
and I'm
takes you
like,
off
I'm not even gonna. Nope.
right.
I'm just not even gonna do it.
I'm the exact same way.
I'm not
It's
even
like,
gonna do it.
I'm out here to stop the puck, and that's my job.
Yeah.
I
That makes
think
sense.
the most you hear from Marty is, "What are we doing when we give up a goal?" He's like, "You're terrible. You got to
like-
take away that pass."
It's like sometimes it's just like I'm like audibly talking to myself. It's like it'll be a backdoor pass. I'm like, guys, what? I'm like just looking.
Oh.
I'm like thinking to myself, but saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't want to like get the guys
I
down.
think
Dude,
it's 'cause
that
you grew up
is-
with us.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
I mean, because we were always barking.
That
about
is definitely a
bad goals.
go-to. Like,
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And then I'm like afraid that they hear me and it like hurt.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh man, because the last thing you want is to like piss your own team
Right,
off, 'cause then
yeah,
they're, like, staring
exactly.
At you like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah.
That's your job.
I'm surprised that I still have teammates because I mean, I think I've come a long way, but Queenie days, like I just fed everybody.
I think it comes with age too. We started
Yeah.
getting a little older, and you're
Yeah.
like calling. You're like, okay, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
there's better ways to approach my teammate
I-
making a bad play.
Right.
Yes, 100%. Yep, 100%.
I
And
think-
like at this, when you're playing at certain levels, like they know.
Right.
The guys know.
It's like they
Yeah.
know what they did.
They know what
Well-
they did, right? And like I always respect the guy that'll come up after me and be like, "Hey, man, that was on
Yeah.
me." Man, well, thank you, appreciate that.
Also, I'm a huge like being a goalie. Like, I'm not one of those goalies that's like every goal is not my fault. It's like I'm the first one. Like if I
Oh,
give
yeah.
a bad goal, it's like I make sure, especially if the guys are still on the rink, they don't line change. I'm like, hey, that was on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't hang your head. It's like surely like most of the time they probably know it was on me, but it's like just want everybody to know I'm not blaming you.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
what just happened.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No,
That
that's a
beach
great
ball
point.
just flew past me.
That was just a bad one.
Yeah.
I was just lazy. And because I can relate to that 100%, man. Yeah. So, all right. So, bearings, man. Are you a gear snob when it comes to wheels, bearings? What are you rocking with normally?
So I am pretty ignorant when it comes to roller hockey, like bearings and wheels.
Okay.
So I let Whitey, our team captain and owner of Tidy Whities, kind of like point me in the direction of where to go. And Lebeda is one of our sponsors, so I just go with the Lebeda Swiss and the new Lebeda Whip Tinder wheels they came out with, I guess, last summer. I will say I was, optimistic, that it's like, oh, this new technology
Yeah.
is supposed to be the next big thing. I wasn't too sold on it right away. Those wheels are phenomenal for goalies.
Really?
They almost resemble a skateboard wheel. Instead of being like, more like moon shaped.
Yeah.
They almost come to an edge and are flat on top.
Really?
And it
Really?
as far as like pushing in the crease, like if you have sliders, any type of sliders, you can. It's almost like having an ice skate where you can get a bite and push like from a low angle.
Really?
And it's like I'm pretty big fan of those.
No shit. Well, I'm gonna clip this up, and hey, LeBeta, if you want to send me some, that'd be really great.
I was gonna say,
I'll rock them on the pod. You know, I don't. Yeah.
You can see the wheels turning in your head. You're like, I might have to buy new wheels.
I'm thinking, man. I'm like, because I actually need new wheels.
Well, Whitey told me he was going to send me 2 sets of them to try out, and I was like, okay. And then I put them on, I think, right before tours last summer, and then went and skated at Queen. And I was like, oh my god! Like as soon as I got on the rink, I was like, yep, these are it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. All right.
Definitely give them a try.
Okay. All right. Man. Okay. And then I know that, like, so being a goalie with the bearings, I remember I went into a plate again once and asked the guy, like, hey, where are your bearings? And I was like, what would you recommend? I didn't know. I didn't grow up playing this stuff, right? And he was like, I was like, I'm a goalie. He goes, well, honestly, man, you can get away with the lowest ones because you're not out there skating for speed.
Yeah, that's kind of
you can get away with the lowest ones.
That's always been my view on it too. I'm sure gold like gear snobs I know all about the bearings and stuff would advocate differently, but I'm just like, I don't know. As long as those things roll back and forth, I'll stop the puck. It's like I've used old ones before that are like completely burnt up and rusted, and we're still playing fine. They didn't roll as good, but I mean, you could still move.
That's very true.
That was my answer. Like new. Yeah. You give me new bearings, like I'm good. Like,
just anything new. All right, man. So being a goalie, we want to talk goalie pads a little bit. What are you rocking? What's your current set?
Right now, so I'm a huge pad fan. Growing up, that was when I first became a goalie. You could ask my father. He hated it because I was just constantly online designing pads for whatever team I was playing for, looking for used pads, wanting to buy new ones. And so right now I've got Bauer Mocs. They're from 24, 25 season. They were Charlie Lindgren's from the Stadium Classic that season.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, I got a wicked deal on them. Couldn't pass it up. They were my size. And being full, also should have highlighted, I'm full rights. Finding gear is like next to impossible. Higher level stuff, unless you're just going custom, out the box.
Yeah.
But no, found them, got a wicked deal on them. So I'm a big fan of Bauer pads for roller. That's always been, like, ever since I've come back to roller, Bauer pads, in my opinion, are the best for roller. They're thin, lightweight. The mobility in them, in my opinion, there's nothing better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like back in like when I play ice, like Vaughn and Bryant's were huge for me. That's what I went back and forth between. But then coming to roller, it's like that thinner pad just creates so much more mobility.
Yeah. Okay. Now I've never worn Bauer pads. I had the Reeboks back when Reebok was like still around. The Turco Break 8Ks.
Nice.
Because Luongo
were
favorite goalie. Love Luongo. I got a print of him that like goes everywhere with me. He actually was like the guy that I was like, man, that glove hand of his, like, dude, I just wanted to emulate it.
He's the reason I wanted to stay a goalie.
Yeah.
My childhood bedroom, pretty sure it's still painted Vancouver Canucks. My dad and I made a stencil and everything, did the whole room.
That's awesome,
Bottom half's the, ocean blue, then the green stripe, and then the white on top with the Canuck logo stenciled in.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Dude, I'm so old, I thought you were going to say red and yellow.
My first pads were Reeboks, too. They were I can't even remember what model they were. They were like the yellow and white that had like the...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I should have looked up what they were. But those are my first ever pads I had.
That's awesome. I don't know, man, there's something about like remembering your first set. Because that was like my very first like brand new. Everything else was like hand-me-down, like old heavy Vaughns that were just... And they were too small for me because they were from a shorter goalie. Because I didn't know anything about the, the 35 plus 2s. Yeah, right. And so then it was like getting this brand new set of pads was like, oh, these are... And, dude, I rocked those for probably 12, 13 years, honestly. And I played, at least twice a week until they were just done.
Just cooked.
And then it was like, all right. And then I moved on to CCMs, and now it's been CCMs ever since. And I love CCM.
Big fan of them.
Yeah, big fan.
CCM's one brand I've never tried any of their equipment.
Yeah, I like those. So, all right, man. So let's go back, right? So we're talking journeys, right?
Yeah.
When were you? Ian was 3. How old were you when you put your first pair of skates on? Were they ice skates, roller skates?
Roller. Yep, roller. So I guess I would have been 4 is whenever the roller started. 4.5, somewhere in there. 4 to 5 in that realm.
Yeah.
But that's when it all started for me. just, I mean, even before then, it was just nothing but going to watch my dad play hockey. It was like 4 days a week. He's like just dragging me to the rink, and I'm like shooting pucks, outside the rink by myself at the wall. And I remember he got me my first pair of skates, and he was like, "Do you want to play hockey?" And it's like, I was like 4 or 5. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm sure I was very ecstatic and was like, absolutely. And then just before we started recording, Ian reminded me it was Showtime. Is that what it was called?
No, Show Me Roller Hockey.
Show Me Roller Hockey in Pacific.
Yeah.
That's where it all started for me. They did like a learn to play session or clinic. Tony Sabo, the St. Louis Viper, was like the guy leading it. Yeah, legend in the St. Louis roller hockey community. And he was the one who taught me how to skate and like shoot a puck, pass. My dad's got a picture of me in his basement on his desk on his home computer. It's like I'm like this tall. I'm like barely able to stand. My ankles are breaking. I'm like leaning on my stick, and like Tony's leaning over, like pointing down at me and trying to show me how to skate.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell. But no, yeah, I think 4 or 5 is when it all started for me.
Man. And so was it one of those things where you just kind of naturally took to it and just kind of...
Yeah, I loved it. It was my favorite thing to do, play hockey. We play, I still played basketball and baseball on the side and stuff, but hockey was always my, there'd be days where I was too sick to go to practice for, basketball or baseball, but never hockey. It's always showed up for hockey practice. And then it worked out perfect. Gators in Union opened up. Todd Kurzenberger opened that, and they immediately, hockey was, it wasn't just a skating rink, it was a hockey rink too.
Yeah.
So then I live in Union, so now we're close to home.
Yeah, yeah.
And pretty much that was whenever like the whole rink rat took over. I lived there. All I wanted to do was play hockey.
Yeah.
But this was all before becoming a goalie. This was just skating out.
I was just getting ready. That was my next question. Was like, okay, have you always been a goalie? Did you skate out? How long? How old were you when you were like, all right, man, now I want to put the pads on?
Well, funny enough, there was never a time I wanted to put the pads on. That's kind of the caveat to my journey. I would say I was probably about 11 whenever my dad was the coach of our house league hockey team with like a bunch of my buddies, and we didn't have a goalie. And my dad is a goalie, or he was a goalie when he was younger, like most of his young career. And
you guys pretty much were exact opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was, exactly. He was always a goalie. Now he skates out, and then I was his player. And then he was our coach, like I was saying, didn't have a goalie. And he looked at me and he said, "Son, you're the goalie." And guys, I'm not lying to you when I say I was crying.
Really?
Like actually crying. Because I remember it was like the first game of the season, and like my grandparents were coming to watch, and I was like, "I don't want to be the goalie." And he's like, "Put the effing pads on now." And that's also makes it kind of funny too. So like I said earlier, I'm full right. I am not left-handed.
Really?
The only reason I'm a full right goalie is because the gear I learned to play in was my dad's gear, and he's left-handed. So I learned how to catch. Like if I play baseball, I catch with my left hand.
Really?
Yes. But I learned how to play hockey goalie, catching with my right hand, because that's all I had.
Wow.
Yeah. So it makes playing the puck great because when I skate out, I shoot right-handed, and then when I play goalie, I get to use a right-handed goalie stick.
Yeah. Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, he had these old-ass, I don't even know the name brand. I don't even know if they have a name brand. They're just all brown, and I remember...
Might have been Vaughn.
I remember him telling me the story. He had to order them from Canada.
Or Cooper.
They might be Coopers.
I think they might be Coopers. That was
all brown, and he's like, "Just use these." And the mid on it's like my hand is the size of the glove. Like that's how small it is. And I remember, and that's heavy. It's so heavy.
Oh, I bet.
And I remember just putting he was putting the pads on me. I was crying. Get out there. And then I remember just diving around the crease, and then ended up winning the game. I don't want to lie to you guys and tell you I got a shutout, but I think, story leads me to think that I played good enough because it kind of changed my attitude on the position, because all my buddies were like, "Oh wow, Josh, you're so good," or maybe they just wanted me to be the goalie so they didn't have to. And so no, that's where it started. So then a couple months of being the only goalie on the team, and then kind of fell in love with it. And then also it's like, hey, I get to play the whole game. I don't have to go on the bench. This is kind of cool. And so then, after that, and then I started shopping around. I was like, well, I want to get my own pads now. It's like I'm using my dad's from 1970, and they weigh 40 pounds, and I'm 11 years old. I can barely lift my glove hand up in these things. My stick's completely wooden. It's like a Northland stick. It's straight as shit. It's splintering on the bottom because it's so old. And so I started looking for gear, and this is back whenever like there wasn't Facebook Marketplace or anything like that.
No.
So I'm on Craigslist looking for goalie gear, and I found those Reebok Pulse. Pulse.
Okay. Yep.
I found a set of used ones on Craigslist. I was like, Dad, can we go to St. Louis and buy these? The guy, he wants $100 for the whole set. And then he was like, yeah, sure. And that's finally got my own set. And I was like, oh, I thought they were the best thing ever. I'm like, there's nothing better than this gear.
Oh, yeah. Did you think about sleeping in it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sitting at home watching cartoons on the couch, and just glove and blocker always on.
Yeah.
Just walk, take it off. I'm like constantly closing. This glove's been broken in for 20 years. The glove's probably 10 years old. It's as floppy as can be, and I'm still like pretending like I'm making glove saves. I'm like, Dad, throw the tennis ball at me.
That's something that I can relate to in my everyday life now. Like, I'm always just like walking around making invisible glove saves, dude. Just always. Or blocking to the corner. Like, I'm always like.
Blocking to the corner. Track the puck, eyes following.
Oh, dude, I'll be like walking down the hallways at work, and I'm like, ooh.
Big save.
Ooh, yeah.
The kids will throw something or drop something at the house, and I'll catch it. My wife will like kind of look at me, and I'll do one of these.
Yeah.
Like, still got it.
Always doing it, man.
So you guys hate our house rules then when you deflect it into the netting, and we're like, just play the puck here because we play by the rules.
I remember the first time I ever played here, I made a stick save up into the netting, and I like stood up from the butterfly and just like was standing there, and everyone kept going. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Wait a second, I gotta keep going?
I'm like, this has been ironed into my brain to put the puck up into the net.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden it's like,
It doesn't matter here.
Play on.
Nope, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, all right, so you start playing goalie at 11. And so you brought we got the Union, is it the Wildcats?
Yeah, Union Wildcats.
Wildcats jersey. So this was your high school team.
This was our high school team.
Okay.
Back then, like out where from, we didn't have any high school. Like when I was in high school, we didn't have any high school hockey. So we just had skaters. And there was just a conglomeration of like guys from St. Clair, Union, Pacific, and Washington. We were all just playing house league, and we're like, let's start a high school team. It was like we were freshmen, and we were like, there's all these other teams in St. Louis that are playing, and they're having Moha at skaters, and we'd go and watch the game. We're like, we should be in this, and then so we just started up Union High School hockey, and it was literally we had kids from Pacific, St. Clair, Union, and then I actually went to Washington High School.
Wow.
And so it was just a big mix of all of us.
So you were right there before Washington was getting going.
So it was.
I was wrong when I said it because I was like, I think as we were ending, I thought Washington was starting. But you guys,
Union, we played 1 year.
Okay.
We had our freshman year was the only year we had a team.
Dang.
Yeah, we were like one and done because some of the guys that were playing, like one of the guys from Pacific was a senior. Like we had seniors from like Pacific and St. Clair.
Oh yeah.
And then so like come sophomore year, maybe we did play sophomore too. I'd have to go back and look at pictures, but. It was, I think, the year, either the first or second year after we started Union High School hockey is when Washington started their high school.
Okay.
Team. Because I remember like subbing for them for like a couple, local games that they had at like Veta and stuff. They'd call me up and be like, hey, Josh, can you play goal this weekend? Our goalie's out of town. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So now this is all roller. So now when did you start playing ice?
So I didn't start playing ice till sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
I was sitting at home and, like I'd tell him, my love for the game only grew as I got older.
Yeah.
But then back then, like roller hockey wasn't, it's not in the state that it is nowadays.
Right.
Where you've got all these teams and travel teams, and it was house league. That's all we had, or high school. And it's like I wanted to do more with hockey.
Yep.
And then so it would have been probably like right after we started school sophomore year, so probably like September or early September. I like called. My dad was upstairs. He got home from work. I went upstairs. I was like, "Hey, pops," I'm like, "Wentzville Holt is having a hockey tryout. It's in like a month. I want to try out. I want to see if I can make it." And my dad, at this point in my life, I've never even put on ice skates. Like maybe at like Forest Park or something,
right?
With my mom and dad, or something silly like that. But I've never put gear and ice skates on ever. And then he's like, "What are you talking about? Like that's crazy." I'm like, "I just want to try it." And I'm like, I found a used set of like old Bauer Vapor. I don't even know the model. They one that had like the clear cowling.
Yeah.
Found a set of those on Craigslist for like $30. I'm like, I'll buy these. Like we'll get them sharpened, and then like and I was telling him he wasn't I'm sure he wasn't fond of the idea, well, if he does make it, I'm going to have to drive his ass up here all the time to Wentzville Ice Arena to practice. We went and got him, and we went up there for, like, public skates just so I could learn how to, like, ice skate. Just, roller skate, ice skate. I'm like, it'll be close enough. I'll figure it out. That was kind of my idea. It was like, just get me in the crease. I don't have to skate that far. I know how to stop the puck. I'll just play positional, and then I was like, in my mind, the movement will come later.
Yeah.
And I asked Dad, I was like, all I'm asking for you is to drive me there.
Yeah.
And then sure as shit, ended up making the team.
Man.
And made the team as the backup for the varsity team. And then I think the coach might have even mentioned that. He's like, he's got the talent, he just can't skate.
Because that was going to be my question is, like, so I started playing roller, played roller for a couple years, and was like, all right, man, I'm pretty good at this. Mm-hmm. I want to try ice.
Yeah.
Now, I had this, again, I never played ice. I had this idea in my mind of like, oh, I get it. Like, yeah.
Right. It's a different world.
I was humbled very quickly. And it's like, I was like, oh my God. So now being for you, I mean, how was the transition?
It was honestly, it was tough. I guess one thing that helped a lot is like when I did make the team, that's whenever roller stopped.
Gotcha. Okay. You stopped playing roller then.
Quit playing roller then.
Quit playing roller.
Then like all my focus was dedicated to ice hockey at that point.
Gotcha.
Okay. Like, I want to try to do something.
Yeah.
You know. And it just quit, and then I spent every chance I could get skating on the ice rink with my pads, even if I could just, at free skates, just put my bottoms on and practice. Because like in roller, you go down. That's what a lot of roller goalies complain about. You go down and you can't move.
Yep.
Well, when you're coming from roller to ice, you're used to going down and not moving.
Yep.
Well, you go to ice, you go down, all of a sudden you're drifting out of the crease.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
You don't know how to get back in it. You're like crawling to get back in the crease.
That's totally
you, like, make
been
a
me.
save, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I'm behind the net.
That's because I did for a little while. There was like a middle of the day. I was working second shift back in like 2016, 2017, and they had a men's ice skate out in Webster.
Yeah,
it was off of L. It was off of. And it was like 11 to 1, and I had to work at 2, and I was like, dude, you know what? I had a buddy that I was like, let's go. Yeah. You know what? I'm a competitor. Look, I don't understand it. I understand the movement. I just can't do it. Yeah. But you know what? I'll give it a go. But dude, so many times I'm out here because I'm starting over here and I'm going to push. In roller, you got to give it everything you got. And I'm ended up out there and I'm going, still fun though.
It's still fun, yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like learning on the job. Best way to do it. Just dive right in and you'll figure it out. Sink or swim.
Not to mention, there's something to be said about like mentally going out, right? Being so afraid to do something, and then going out and then doing it and like having fun doing it too.
Because it is nerve-wracking.
Very, very much so.
Like a whole new world.
Yeah, that's how I felt about this podcast. Just nervous about doing it. Now that we've dove in, it's like, it's so much fun. I'm so glad that we decided to actually start this journey. So
I think I'm doing a lot of things that way. It's, just getting right into it and like learning as you go. Yeah. Rather than like, because then you sit around and you plan too much and then you start to kind of psych yourself out. Like, maybe I can't do this. It's like, just do it and then see what happens.
And one of those things with that, because like, I mean, still to this day, man, I run another podcast and like I have for years, and even doing this, man, like I was sharing with you guys earlier, like I'm super anxious about all this, right? Like, and there's something to be said to that, right? Is like, as a guy, being able to talk about my emotions like that, coming on here and saying, dude, I feel a lot. I'm a very anxious person. I get a lot of anxiety, right? I mean, back in the day, dude, you couldn't do that,
right?
And then so many times, what I do now in my own kind of personal journey, is I try to reframe that to like, I get excited, right? Because anxiety and excitement are basically right next to each other and feeling wise, right?
Feelings are really close.
And so it's like, I'm anxious and I'm also excited, right?
Yeah.
Because we're doing something that we care about. Whether that is switching over and going and trying to play ice, or whether that is trying to start a podcast, or whatever it is, I mean, even, tournament games, man, like I'm super like, it's almost like that first, not in warm-ups, but once that first shot in the game hits me and I make the save and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it's like, now
let's go.
We're in.
We're in. Yeah. We're locked. All right, man. So you're playing ice.
Yeah, playing ice.
So where does this ice?
Yeah.
Where does it take you?
Playing at Holt, and then I went to Washington High School, like I said. So I was a pool player.
Yeah.
There was a name for it.
Draft.
I was a draft player. Well, I didn't get drafted because I just walked on because they had no in-district goalies. So that was kind of the rule. I don't know how it is now, but back then, if there was no in-district goalies, you could pick from anywhere.
Oh.
And so I just like walked in, and they didn't have, there was like 4 of us that tried out, and none of us went to Wentzville Holt. And then so made the team, played there sophomore year, and then the next year, junior year coming in, they had 2 goalies coming up that were in district. So I'm like, here comes the boot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Our coach at Holt was our goalie coach at Holt was best friends with the head coach at Pattonville.
Okay.
And they had no goalies.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, they gave me a call. They're like, hey, Josh, we need a goalie. And I was like, absolutely. I'm going to go be a Pirate now.
Yeah.
So then I went to Pattonville my junior year and played there that season. And then that's kind of whenever like the whole gear snob stuff took over. Like I had Bauer RX8s at Holt. They were brand new. And I was like, that was my first set of brand new pads. And I was like, okay, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in love.
Yeah.
And then Pattonville, I found a set of Pro Return Ryan Miller pads from the Sabre.
Okay.
So then I bought those, and those were my pads. I had to order a glove and blocker for myself since I was full right, but I was like, fell in love with those. So played the whole season with Pattonville. It was, we didn't win state or anything, just, had fun. And then Pattonville's hockey team folded after my junior year.
Really?
Yeah, the program was ended. So once again, packing the suitcase. Whitfield doesn't have an in-district goalie my senior year.
Where's Whitfield?
I have never been to
I know, like, I'm like,
I
I
want to
don't
say
know.
it's in Chesterfield area.
Okay.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Okay.
But I have never been to this campus in my life. They need a goalie, and I'm like, absolutely.
I mean, come on, let's go.
Let's go. So I go there. We end up winning state. And we had the Coonan brothers on our team,
Okay.
which was obviously unbelievable.
Right.
But it was a big split of, it's like when they weren't traveling for AAA, they would come and play with us, and then we were unbelievable. But so we end up winning, and that kind of is funny, the fact that I've never been to their school. There's a banner in their gymnasium that has my name on it, like the state championship.
yeah.
I've never even been there. Never went to
That's
school there
awesome.
or anything.
That's awesome.
So that was kind of my high school hockey career. It was, kind of slow starting off, but then, it ended at a pretty high point.
Yeah.
And then that whole time is whenever I started training with 3E goaltending down here
Oh,
at the
yeah,
Shark Tank,
yeah.
Luke Venker. So, yeah, I guess that would have been my senior year is whenever I found out about him because, towards the end of senior year, they have like the Missouri All-Star team that travels up to Chicago for like a tournament, and I wanted to try out for it.
Yeah.
I'd never had any real like formal goalie training in my life. I kind of just went to practice and learned, and like that's as good as I was.
Yeah.
Tried out, didn't make it, got cut. I remember him cutting me and him telling me he thought that I had potential. If I wanted to like work with him, he was, willing to have me as a student. And then I told my dad, I was like, hey, it's like this hockey thing seems to really be, progressing for me.
Yeah.
I kind of want to keep going. It's like that's whenever like the whole juniors conversation comes up where it's like, I think I could do it. So then that's whenever stuff got kind of really real for me.
Yeah.
Because before then, it's high school hockey. I played like, midget minor, AA at St. Peter's Spirit, just like local travel stuff. It was nothing big.
Yeah.
And then like now it's like, okay, I'm going to like really, get serious about this. And then so I was training with Luke twice a week, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, like during my senior year before school. So we'd skate at 5 a.m. for an hour and a half, and then I'd drive back to Washington for school all day. And then it's like a 45, 50-minute drive one way. And so it was, get up as a 17-year-old at, 3:30, 4 in the morning, and drive down to St. Louis, practice hockey, and then drive all the way back for school. Because it's like I wanted to try to go somewhere. You know, it's like I'd been looking online at junior tryouts and like trying to decide if I should do it or not. And then so that's whenever I really started to like dedicate some time to it.
That's man, that's really cool. Like just knowing, like again, getting those little like that you get cut, but someone's telling you, hey man, you got potential.
Right. And I wasn't gonna let that be. It's like, okay, I give up now, and I'm
right.
I'm just, it's like, I knew that wasn't the end. So
yeah. So okay, so clear. So obviously, what you go try out for juniors?
Yeah. So then that summer, my dad and I pretty much drove around the country, trying out for junior teams. I guess it probably would have been early summer still, one of the other goalies that trained at E with me was a goalie for the Iron Rangers in Minnesota. And that's in the SIJHL, which is like a junior league that splits in between the U.S. and Canada. So teams play each other. They were looking for a goalie, and then so they were on my list. Their tryout wasn't until, I want to say, end of July. So prior to that, I had been driving around trying out for teams in Dallas, Wisconsin, Chicago. I was all over the place. Some of them Dad went with me. Some of them I was by myself, 18 years old, just cruising around. And ended up trying out for that Iron Rangers team in Minnesota. And I went in there super confident. I had, like their goalie that's, going on to play college hockey. He's given me a recommendation to the coach. He knows our goalie coach. Super pumped. Get cut. I was, and I'm 18. I'm naive as shit.
Yeah.
I think it's like, okay, show up, play good. I've got this in the bag.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to do this. Nope. Towards the end of the camp, there was probably like 4 or 5 goalies left. And then coach calls me in, tells me that it's not going to work out. And I think the Iron Range is about 16 hours from here.
Whew.
And then so I packed my shit, and then I've got a 16-hour drive home by myself.
Oh, man. How was that drive?
It was excruciating.
I'm sure you still remember.
Yeah.
Took him 20 hours.
On the way up there, I actually stopped in Minneapolis because my cousins lived there. He was a pitcher for the Twins.
Okay.
So he's like, you can crash at my place. And I was like, sweet. So I split it, 8 hours.
Yeah.
I drove the whole 16 all the way home. Didn't stop.
You're like, I'm getting home.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I was so depressed. I'm like, wow, I really thought. And by this point, it's like I said, last week of July, almost first week of August. I'm like, a lot of camps are wrapping up. I'm like, at that point, that's the first time I really considered it's like, okay, maybe this is the end.
Yeah.
Because I really don't have any options anymore. And then so I'm driving home, and I'm depressed, sad. I get back home. My dad's like, hey, man, you tried. Like, we and it's like, maybe it's my fault going up there thinking I had, I'm like, oh, I've got this in the bag.
Yeah.
It's like, no matter how confident you are, there's always somebody else that, it can just all be taken out from under you just like that. So then I'm sitting there, and it's probably like a day. It's probably more than that. It was probably like 3 days of like really like upset.
Yeah.
And then I remember my goalie coach, Luke, telling me, he's like, hey, man, either this can be the end or we get right back to work and we figure this out. And then I was like, after a couple days, I'm like, you're right. Like, this can't be it. So get right back on the ice, start calling up teams. And then in that same league up in Dryden, Ontario, is the GM Ice Dogs in that SIJHL league. And they hadn't had their camp yet, I saw. Their camp was at the end of August. And then so I reached out to their head coach, Kurt Walston, and I was like, hey, told him who I was, where I'm coming from, kind of my hockey background. And he said, absolutely, we'd love to have you. He's like, I'm not guaranteeing you anything.
Yeah.
But, I'd love to have you out here for part of the tryout.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And then I told my dad, I was like, going to Canada. And then so probably like middle of August, I packed all my stuff up, and I packed like I'm driving. That was probably 20 hours or so, 18, something like that. I packed my like clothes and everything too.
You were like, I'm staying.
I was like,
I'm going.
I was like, I'm making this damn team.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like I've been cut once. I'm like, it's not happening again. I just put in another month and like really honed in on things that, I thought I was lacking on.
Yeah.
Skating, conditioning, puck tracking. I'm like, I'm making this hockey team.
Yeah.
So I packed up, a suitcase full of clothes, all my hockey gear. I had a 2002 Buick Century, classic grandpa, it was actually from my grandpa. And I drove that thing all the way to Dryden and then end up making the hockey team.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And that was like, I'm coming from an all-time low when it comes to hockey to this all-time high of getting to call home and being like, hey, I made it. I'm not coming home.
Yeah.
And so played there. That was unbelievable. Had some more adversity there too. Come Christmas time, I got traded. And
No kidding.
Yeah.
Please tell me it was to the Iron.
No.
No.
But it was a good feeling playing against them and beating
Yeah.
them.
Did you beat
Yeah,
them?
we beat them. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool.
And so that was kind of like the ultimate
Retribution.
Yeah.
Like especially skating out onto the ice. The head coach of the Iron Rangers is looking over at me, and it's like, that's the guy we cut, and then go on to beat him during the game. But yeah, I was at an all-time high. I was loving it up there. It was beautiful. I can't remember the name of the lake, but it's like a 40-some-odd mile long lake.
Wow.
It's huge. And it's, it's a totally different world than what I'm used to here in St. Louis.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Wintertime comes and we're driving our cars across the lake on the ice roads. It's like the drive to town went from, 15 minutes to 2 minutes going straight across the lake on the road. I was like, this is crazy. People at home are not going to believe it.
And here you are still a kid, too.
Yeah, and I'm still 18 years old.
Yeah.
It's like just graduated high school. It's like I'm still green.
Yeah.
And wet behind the ears. That's what Grandpa used to always say. And yeah, so now I'm at this all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like last week in November, first week of December, I get told I'm getting traded. And then so all of a sudden I'm here and it's like right off the cliff I go. Where it's like I'm sad. I'm like, I just made friends with all these guys from all over the world.
All right, so you're playing juniors.
Playing juniors.
You just got traded,
Yeah.
right? So you're on a high.
Now
You get traded.
Yep.
Where do you get traded to?
Get traded to a team called the Titans in this little town in Quebec, Temiskaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It sounds like a cartoon.
Sounds like there's like nothing to do there.
It's like something off Beavis and Butthead or something.
But yet they have a team.
They've got a hockey team. Allegedly. I'm told there's a team and I'm going there. And I get told on like a Wednesday. No, it would have been a Thursday because we were actually packing up for a road trip. And I think they were going to either Fort Francis or to the Iron Range. And I got told, I think they were going to the Iron Range. I got told I was getting traded, so I wasn't going. It was on a Thursday. They told me I had till Monday to report. And that also was about, I think it was like, we could Google map it. I want to say 22-hour drive.
Holy.
Yeah. So we're going from like pretty much directly north of St. Louis and Dryden, like around the lakes, all the way to Quebec. So it's like you're pretty much traversing most of Ontario.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So told I'm getting traded. I kind of like hung out, took my time packing my stuff. I had, a few days. Said bye to my billet family. And then I left Sunday morning, maybe around like 10 a.m., something like that. Snow, it's snowing. It's wintertime up there. There's snow fucking everywhere. Excuse my language. I decide it's probably smartest just because I'm more familiar and most cost efficient because gas prices are way cheaper in the States.
Yeah.
So I come down back into Minnesota.
Okay.
And I like traverse the lakes like through Minnesota, Wisconsin into Michigan, and then I cross at Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay.
Up past Toronto, and then like straight north of Toronto is Temiskaming, and it is like right on the border. You cross into Quebec, and it's maybe like 30, 45 minutes.
Okay.
And you're like in the city. And I'm getting there, and it's nighttime. It's like Monday. It's probably like 5, 6 p.m. when I'm getting there. And it's like during the drive, and like you said, it's like at this time I'm still only 18. I'm by myself.
Yeah.
I've got like no money.
Yeah.
It's like I can call home to dad and be like, hey, can you put like $20 in my bank account for gas? But
Right,
it's like,
yeah.
I had money saved up from working in the summer, and then like in Canada, I'd work for my billets just to make some extra, spending money. But I'm sleeping in gas station parking lots.
My
I'm
gosh.
taking naps. It's like a 22-hour drive,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm not getting a hotel.
Yep.
So it's like I'm pulling over at Mr. Fuel, and I'm putting the sun visor up, and I'm just like laying back, and I'm sleeping for like 30, 40 minutes, and then get back up and start driving again. Well, I remember getting there, and it's a mill town, which was kind of funny because I'm coming from Dryden, which is also a mill town, and it's built into the side of this, like, I don't want to call it a mountain, but it's like a damn big ass.
No, it's
like a small mountain.
It's
Okay.
small,
Yeah.
like a cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Kinda
and
like
the
Alton.
town.
Oh,
the
okay.
town
Yeah,
is
yeah.
all
Yeah.
on the sides of it. It's like
Really?
it's like bluffs, and there's houses, and the roads like snake up.
Yeah.
And the hockey rink's at the very bottom.
Okay.
And I remember I'm pulling in, and I didn't really think about this, not even one time as I'm headed there. The stop sign, it's like I can tell it's a stop sign, but it does not say stop on it. And the road signs are not in English. And I'm like, where in the hell am I at?
Dude, where did I just drive to?
Everything's in French.
Jeez.
And I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, the only reason I know it's a stop sign is because of the color and the shape. That's the only
Why
It's
not?
red.
Yeah.
Cool. At least
Can't
red
give away-
in French is.
Stop. I don't even know. I think stop. It was like ARRET or something. I think, if I remember correctly. But I was so confused, and I'm like, holy shit, they speak French here. So I drive to the rink, and I meet our GM and coach there, and they're like, hey, They give me a tour of the place. I put my gear in the locker room. Very nice facility, which, I guess that's a big plus of a town that small. It's like I think the population was like 500 maybe. There was nothing there to do besides play and watch hockey.
Gotcha.
And
Okay,
so,
yeah,
the town just was all supportive. Everybody, that's all you could do. And so put my stuff in the locker room. They're like, hey, we're going to have you stay in this like little one-bed apartment type thing. It was tiny as hell. They're like, the Billet family are going to be moving in, getting ready for you. They're like, we're going to have you stay here for a week, and then they were going to have their house ready. And it was actually our coach's mom who I lived with. So then I played there, and the team is unbelievable. They're first place in the league when I get traded there. So that was, that was kind of a silver
Not too
lining.
bad.
Right.
I'm like, okay, hey, I'm not going to be the starter, but the team's sick.
Yeah.
And the goalie playing in front of me, like he had just come down from the OHL, so he's nasty. So at least I'll have a good
You're
mentor.
learning from him.
I'm gonna have
absolutely,
someone great to
man.
learn from.
Yeah.
And so I moved there, and then like I'm there for, this is like first week of December. I'm there for like 2 weeks, and then it's Christmas break. So then I fly home for Christmas. So to fly home, you got to go to Toronto. So my billet mom drove me to Toronto. Nice of her. It's like 3.5, 4 hour drive. Fly home for Christmas, and then kind of use that as like a, wipe the slate. I'm going to go back, and like now we're starting over again. Fly back up, and then I finish the year with them, and then we actually end up winning the Russell Cup, which is their like, championship for that junior
That's
league.
cool.
Yeah, so I guess it's considered junior B. But yeah, end up winning the cup. Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm like, ended up working out phenomenally for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, this was great. Come home. I loved playing there. I always want more though, being a competitive, as you guys know. It's like you always want to, keep going up. You don't want to stay stagnant. So it's like I was appreciative for everything I learned there, my time there, but I was like, okay, I want more.
Yeah.
Where am I going now? Come home that next summer, and it's like immediately right back to work. Just constant training with Luke, working, I'm still working at a machine shop as a cleaner that I worked for in high school. Like I'm like coming home for the summer, I call him, I'm like, hey, you need your best cleaner back? To go back there, and I'm working, 5-6 hour days in the evenings cleaning, and then all morning I'm training.
Yeah.
And then so, I've got my eyes set on the null like most kids do. It's like I've got 1 year of juniors under my belt. I'm thinking I've got a chance.
Yeah.
It's hard, it's really hard to get into. Try out a bunch of places, end up not making it anywhere. And then kind of not same story, but towards the end of the season, my goalie coach is like, hey, I'm friends with the head coach of a team. He's going to be their new head coach in Alabama. It's in the NA3. And I was like, it's still a step up from where I was coming.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, okay, he wants you to come, and he lives in St. Louis, and he was doing some like skating, like edge work and stuff with some guys, and he's like, he wants you to come out just so he can see you.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sure. Go out and skate.
It's a much shorter drive than 22 hours.
Yeah.
Go out and skate a few times. And Coach Winkler, he's actually the head coach for Missouri State, their team now. But he's like, we really want you to come down and try out. He's like, I think you'd be a great fit. So I was like, all right. So they held their tryouts in Michigan. I cannot remember the town. We had a lot of guys from Michigan on that team. Well, I guess that alludes to the fact I made the team.
Yeah.
It was down in Point Mallard, Alabama, in
Okay.
Decatur. So we were the Ducks. And we had a ton of Michigan guys, and then a couple St. Louis. And then I spent my second year juniors playing there, whole season this time.
Yeah. No trades.
No trades, no crazy stories.
It says stop on the stop sign.
Right. Everyone speaks-
Nothing's in
Yeah.
French.
We're down in the Bible Belt. It's like I'm Catholic. My church, my family, my billet family goes to church all the time. So it's like, it's a great community.
Yeah.
Everyone it feels very stable.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I was there, it felt very stable.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is kind of a nice feeling,
Yeah.
Coming from, Suitcase City, it's like, okay, now I actually have a place to call home for the next 9 months.
Yeah.
So we played there, and we had a phenomenal season. I think that was their second year ever in running. We had a great year. We didn't win the NA3 championship. We ended up losing in the semifinals. But it was a great year.
Yeah.
And I got to play a lot more. Split with my goalie partner. Not completely, but, he was the starter. I was kind of like 1B.
Yeah.
If you had to give it a title. But no, it was great. I loved it. It was kind of it was refreshing seeing the other side of things from having like a stable environment, being with a good team still. And growing up, that was kind of always a joke that my buddies, like Ian probably remembers, my dad. It's like I was the best backup goalie from St. Louis. It's like I was the career backup. I was the best backup. Everywhere I went, my teams that I played for, we won, but I was always the backup.
Always the backup.
And then
That's why the bridesmaid resonates with you so
it's kind
much.
of funny. Yeah. So it was like, it's like I always loved playing for the good teams, but it's like I was like really, it's like I kind of, I want a starting spot. So.
Yeah, I want my own team.
Yeah. So then that season gets over. It's like I wish I had more stories from Point Mauer, but it was pretty uneventful. We had a good team, and it was very just stable. Just played hockey, man. Lived the life. Lived the juniors life.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. And then so I come home. I'm 19 now after, I guess I'm 20. I just turned 20. My birthday's in January. So that season gets over. I'm 20. And then since I'm a January birthday, I get a third year of juniors if I want. So I'm thinking about going back to Canada and playing in the OJ next. And then I'm talking to a team in Burlington, the Cougars. I'm like dead set. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go here, I think. Trying to think of which part came first. I think I found out my girlfriend, my wife now, is pregnant.
Okay.
And now I'm swallowing the pill of, holy shit, I'm an
adult now.
I'm an adult. I'm going to be a dad.
Uh-huh.
I haven't gone to school yet. I'm thinking about going to play my third year of juniors. My girlfriend's pregnant. And then almost simultaneously, I get a call from my goalie coach, and it's like, hey, Lindenwood's looking for a goalie. Their D2 team needs an ice goalie. And I'm like, what better opportunity than I can stay here, get an education, play hockey, and still, raise a family. And then so I meet with Zombo and Gardner, and, they liked me. They came out and watched me skate, goalie lessons with Luke. Went up and toured the campus. And then my cousin, she was actually in her senior year at playing volleyball for Lindenwood. She gave me a tour, and I was like, I was like, this seems like the perfect fit. It seemed like the dumbest decision would to have not pulled the trigger on it. So I was like, yep, let's do it. And then so signed with Lindenwood, and it was kind of fun because my freshman year there, they kind of did like a whole rehaul of the D2 team. They pretty much cut everyone besides, I want to say, like 4 guys.
Wow.
And then it was like a whole new, I think there was 18 of us they brought in. And a ton of the guys were from the NA3 that I just came from.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I had just played this season against these guys, and I know all their names.
Yeah.
And now we're all going to Lindenwood together. And then so then I started Lindenwood as a 20-year-old, and that's kind of one of the biggest things that, like, I could take away from junior hockey. Like, obviously, you want to get to the next level. Everyone wants to go pro.
Sure.
But it's like, especially the older you get, the less naive you are. It's like, the odds are not in your favor. Severely not in your favor.
I mean, even the odds of just going and playing juniors.
I was grateful to even have done that.
Yeah.
But then it's like the one thing, like my biggest takeaway from all of that was, it's like, granted, it opened the opportunity for me to get a scholarship and play at Lindenwood, which was, kind of what set me on my path of life. But also it's the maturity. Like, I matured so much from 18 to 20 and having to, like, travel, move by myself.
And be self-sufficient.
Yeah, and take care of yourself. Learn how to be an adult, whenever most kids are like, I kind of look back at it now, I'm thinking, if I would have went to college when I was 18, I didn't even know what I wanted to do.
Right. Or a Sunday, no matter where you go, you're playing against somebody that most likely has the lion on their helmet.
Right.
Yeah,
and
it's like so cool.
Yeah, and it's like, I like to think that there's more of a reason that all of us guys like we still use our Lindenwood bags or still have the lion on our helmet.
Yeah.
It's not just because we played there. It's because the community that is like being able to say that you played for Lindenwood is like its own brotherhood, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And so it's always not, it's like you'll show up to a rink in Chicago and playing against a guy with the Lindenwood sticker on his helmet, and he's 10 years older than you, and you have no clue who he is, but you hit it off like you know each other because you got to experience that together.
Because I'm sure he's asking you, hey, is so-and-so still there on the coaching staff? Hey, is so-and-so, hey.
What year were you there? Were you there with, this guy or this guy?
Yeah.
So then, so I played ice at Lindenwood, and I got a brief stint. I got called up to the D1, ACHA D1 team for a moment, just as the backup because a guy got hurt. So it was like, got to get that experience too.
Yeah.
We were the first team, I guess my sophomore year, we were the first D2 team to ever make it to the national finals.
That's awesome.
We lost. Florida Gulf Coast is like the fucking thorn in the heel of Lindenwood hockey. And but it was surreal for us because last year they won nationals for the first time ever. So
that's
it was
cool.
like being able to watch that, and it was here in St. Louis, so a ton of us.
Your senior year, weren't you guys pretty close? I thought you had a pretty successful senior year.
Senior year, we were #1 in the nation, and then they canceled the tournament because of COVID.
Oh, COVID, yeah, dude.
And that was another one, first time ever #1 in the nation, and then they cancel it. We were advocating super hard for them just to give us the rings, being like, hey,
I bet.
put an asterisk next to us. We don't care.
We don't care.
Give us the rings.
Give us a ring.
They wouldn't do it.
Dang.
But getting to watch them and the coaching staff too, Gary and Timmy Gardner and Coach Rocky Alberti. It's like those guys have been there from the start.
Yeah.
They breathe Lindenwood hockey.
Yeah.
Like the things they did for us and like support, and it's like we were treated like an NCAA D1 team.
Yeah.
Like catered meals, like everything.
Gojo was telling us about that.
Everything we could have ever wanted. Like you need sticks. It's like we don't even have a budget for sticks, but you don't have any money, they'll make it happen.
Yeah.
It's like they believed in us and trusted us to win.
That's cool.
And it's like, it was unbelievable. It's like, it was D2, but we were treated like you were D1.
Yeah.
The life I lived was D1.
Yeah.
But then that's kind of where we'll get back to the roller hockey.
Yeah,
that's where it came back in, was at Lindenwood. So now it's my sophomore year, and I'm 21. I'm 21 years old, so it's been damn near a decade since I've put roller skates on.
Yeah.
I want to say I quit playing roller hockey when I was, I guess, 15. So I get a call from RB, and he's like, Marty, we need a goalie. He's like, our D2 goalie just got hurt, and I guess I want to say it's probably like January-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a couple months till nationals, and he's like, he just got hurt. We don't have a backup. He thinks he'll be able to play by then, but we need somebody. Would you be interested in playing roller? I'm sure. Well, and at the time, a couple of my teammates on the D2 team were playing on the D1 roller team as well. So I'm sure they probably put a bug in his ear. And it's like, hey, Marty used to be a roller goalie.
Yeah.
So and it was so out of the blue. I was, wasn't ready for it. And then I'm like sitting there and I'm talking to my fiance Diane, and I'm like, should I do this? And I call my dad. It's like I'm like asking my goalie coach. I'm like I haven't played roller in so long, and I got a set of pads at home, like Bauer NXGs, if you remember when those came out. That was kind of like the revolutionary line for Bauer. And they're just sitting at home, like those could be my roller pads.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And then so I did it. Well, the worst part about that story is I didn't tell Gary Gardner, my coach, that RB called and wanted me to play for Hilke's team, and I didn't tell him. Well, he finds out from like a social media post that Lindenwood made about like newly acquired roller hockey goalie, and then he motherfucked me and bag skated me, and it was not pleasant, but we got past it.
Yeah.
He was so pissed because I was the starting goalie on the ice team, and he's like, if you get hurt, he's like,
playing roller.
He's like,
I might strangle you in your sleep.
Yeah, he's like, this might be the end of life for you. So I was like, I promise I won't get hurt. I was like, I wasn't even practicing with him. I was like, I just have to play, I think it was 4 games to get eligible for nationals.
Okay.
I was like, let me play 4 games, and I won't even touch the rink until ice season's over. Because that was another, roller nationals were after ice nationals.
Yeah.
So I was like, I won't even touch the rink. So played my 4 games, got eligible, focused on ice. We lose to Florida Gulf Coast in the national championship, and then that was in Columbus, Ohio. And then I come home, and I think we've got like 2 or 3 weeks before roller nationals, and this year it's in Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay.
What the hell?
Yeah.
We're playing roller hockey.
It sounds like it should have been reversed.
Yeah, like the ice should have been there, and roller should have been in Columbus. So I'm like, I guess we're going to fucking Fargo. And so then we fly up there for roller nationals, and in typical Lindenwood fashion, we dominate pool play. And at that time in the like college roller scene, it was Farmingdale and Lindenwood. Those were the giants, Newman kind of already faded off a little bit. And then, but it was really, Bethel, Farmingdale, and Lindenwood. And then, so D1 loses to Farmingdale in the national championship.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're sitting there watching it. And then 2 hours after that, we're playing Farmingdale for D2 nationals, or AA, whatever they call D2.
Right.
They have a different terminology, I think. So we're playing them, all right? And we beat them in pool play, I want to say like 3-1 or something.
Yeah.
It's a close game.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a,
Yeah.
it's not an ass whooping like every other game sometimes. Well, we start the game, we're playing, and then it's being, televised on the internet. So it's like I know everyone back home's watching, like my family and stuff. Farmingdale goes up on us, I want to say 2-0. Pretty fucking quick. I shit you not, Littles and Kais, all the D1 Farmingdale guys and their fans and shit are all on my end.
Yeah.
And they're in the stands and they're chanting, Marty's gonna choke.
Wow.
And and it's like
Yeah.
I knew they're referring to us losing Ice Nationals 2 weeks prior. And there was more to what they were saying, but it's like it very much like they knew. It's like they did their homework.
Yeah.
And so we just lost.
I mean, that's
Ice
kind of
Nationals.
a badge of honor
Yeah.
too. Like
A
the
little
fact that
bit,
they
man, right?
Looked
Like,
into your
And I
backstory.
was kind of out of nowhere too. It's like I said, I played 4 games that whole semester. Never played them once, and then all of a sudden they're playing this new goalie.
Yeah.
Like, who's this? And so they're like chirping me from the stands. It's loud as shit. And then I'm sitting there and I'm getting kind of anxious. I'm like, holy fuck, are we gonna lose this?
Yeah.
And then, thank God, we come back. We win 4-2.
Wow.
We go nuts. And that made the 5th year in a row that D2 had won.
Yeah.
And we go crazy. It was unbelievable feeling
Yeah.
playing with
You
those guys.
probably gave him the choke on this
Yeah.
after you won.
Yeah, right. It's one of those videos too. It's like it's on YouTube, but it's like, once every like 4 years, you like go back and I'll rewatch the
Yeah.
kind of relive it. I'm like, man, that was so fun.
That's cool.
And then and that's another thing too. It's like the roller guys. It's like I didn't even know. Like I knew them from school. Didn't play with. I didn't really know
Yeah.
personally at all. And it's like I felt like I was one of them
Yeah.
immediately. Kojo
That's
was
cool.
on that team with me. That's where I met him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like I felt like a part of the team
Yeah.
immediately. And then so we win, and then we have to party in Fargo, North Dakota. So that was an experience in itself. It's like, long story short, I shit you not when I tell you this, there was a gas station, casino, live music bar. And that's where we went. It was like a giant, like Mr. Fuel that had a casino in it. And that's where
I think I stopped on the a couple times on the way.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do, man.
where- that's where we
Hey,
hung out.
if that's what's popping in Fargo,
Yeah.
hey.
That's where we hung out, man. And I think our flight was at 7 a.m. and we did not sleep until the plane ride home.
I mean, it's really the only way to travel.
I mean, yeah. If you're that age too, if you're that age, you just want some hardware.
But it was amazing. That was unbelievable. And then, junior year at Lindenwood came around. I did the same thing. I played like a little bit of roller during the ice season. And we ended up losing in like semifinals at nationals. And then senior year, I was actually like, I'm done with roller again. I was like, it's my senior year. I wanted to focus on ice. I'm like, junior year is whenever I had already made that decision my junior
Yeah.
year. I knew that it's like at this time, my wife and I welcomed our second son my junior year, or my son, my second child. So we've got 2 kids. I knew the hockey career was ending after Lindenwood.
Yeah,
It's like real life's coming.
Yeah.
And, it's time to raise a family and, it's time for the next chapter.
Yeah.
So, like, I knew going into senior year, I was like, I want to just focus on ice and, like, make this the going away party for me.
Yeah.
And, played senior year. Like I said, we were number 1 in the nation. And then COVID, and they canceled nationals. And so it was kind of a sour way to end the career.
A little bit,
I was like,
yeah.
that was the end of my hockey career. And I was like, damn, what a horrible way
Yeah.
for it to stop. And then after I graduated, I sold my goalie gear.
Really?
Yeah, I kept my chest protector and my pants and my helmet, and I sold everything else: pads, skates, glove blocker, knee pads. I sold everything else. I was like, I had spent the last 10 years almost just so dedicated and like trying to get better and growing. I was like burnt out.
Yeah,
I guess you
I
could
can
say.
see that, yeah.
I was completely like, even my goalie coach, he's like, it happens. It's like I was done. It's like I knew I wasn't done forever, but I was
Right.
like, I'm done for now.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I was kind of, you're starting life. I'm trying to find a career now.
Yep.
And so I was like, I need to get a job. It's like big boy job. I don't have time to, play men's league hockey. That felt like.
Yeah, and you didn't really have like the overseas option since
exactly.
you had kids already.
And that's kind of what alluded to that too. It's like I've got kids, and it's like I'm not leaving my kids to go play, D3 in Sweden or something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not even an option in my book. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm also not uprooting them and bringing them over there for some life that they don't have any idea about.
Right.
So I sold all my gear. That probably would have been in like, I'm trying to think of what during COVID, when it was like right after, man. So it probably would have been like March sold everything, and then didn't touch the rink once. And then just kind of worked and sat at home. And then out of probably in like, when is the Tours does their like regional qualifiers? Or no, Narch does. Is it Narch or Tours? Out at
No.
Veta. The one that's in
Tours.
the fall. Tours, yeah.
No, January, the Winter Classic-ish.
Yeah, so maybe it was January then.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't touch the rink at all. And then out of nowhere, I get a phone call that like in December from Jordan Stratman.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
We grew, and what's funny is we grew up playing this is when we were kids against each other. Never really had like conversation, just like knew each other on the rink. He got my phone number from somebody. And he calls me out of nowhere and he's like, "Hey, this is Jordan Stratman. I don't know if you remember me." I was like, "Oh yeah, man." I'm like, "It's been a lifetime ago. How are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm doing great." He's like, "This is going to be so random, but we've got a regional qualifier for Tours and we don't have a goalie."
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you think you could play for us? It's in 2 weeks." And I was like, he asked me that. My first thought was like, "Dog, no way." But then I like didn't hang up. I kind of sat there for a second and I was like, it's been a while. I'm like, it was intriguing. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, it kind of sounds like fun again.
Yeah.
Like this actually sounds like it would be fun. But now I'm like, I don't have any goalie gear. I've got a chest protector and pants. I've got no skates. I've got no pads. I got a helmet, I guess. And so I'm like, hey, man, if I can find some goalie gear, I'll play. And then so I call up my old goalie partner at Lindenwood, Ozzy, and I'm like, hey, do you still have that old set of Bauer like 1Xs? And he's like, they're in the equipment closet, and he's not full right. He's regular. So I'm like, I'll have to find a glove and blocker.
Yeah.
But it's like, the glove and blocker part was easy. I think actually I had like a set from when I was in like high school or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, I'll just use those, you know, but I need pads, like leg pads.
Yeah.
And because the leg pads for the high school ones are like 33s.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I can't wear these.
Can't wear those.
Can't
No,
wear
that's going to be
these.
way too small.
Yeah, so
Those would fit me.
I'm like, do you still have those 1Xs? And he's like, they're in the equipment closet. He's like, if they're still there, you can have them. And he's like, they're pretty beat up. I'm like, I don't care what condition they're in. So I went and picked them up. I found a pair of skates off Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, heck yeah.
They were beat to hell.
Yep.
Goalie skates. I was
That's
like,
okay.
I don't care.
Uh-huh.
They would do the wheels roll, like we talked about earlier. And so I put them on, played, and we won the regional qualifier.
That's awesome.
And that's like
Still got it, baby.
it was like falling in love all over again. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm having fun. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is awesome.
Yep.
I'm like, I don't know how to skate anymore. Back to like sucking, kind of. Like I can just play positionally. And the flexibility and the reflexes are there, but the roller skating is not. And yeah, so it started all over again. And then now it's been, I guess that would have been like 4 or 5 years ago. It's been like the same story almost. Now it's the gradual climb all over again, to
Yeah.
where it's like every year I'm kind of like wanting more.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Well, I'd say in 20, was that about the time you started skating out with us?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's kind of it's like right when I sold all my goalie gear.
Right.
Is whenever the Deer Dicks out at Queenie.
We found the Fountain of Youth. The way to extend your team's career as an organization is have goalies skate out for you. Way whenever your goalie misses, you're never looking for a
That's
backup.
a great. You have an e-bug.
I mean, we
you
shouldn't
have
have
a
given
backup.
our secret away, but
Yeah.
you know, we have the
we-
Deer
we
Dick might
have-
have the deepest goalie
Yeah.
tree.
We've got 4 rostered goalies. You, me, Soa, and goalie.
Yeah, my dad.
And Ian's
I
dad,
mean,
Steve.
he just retired, but he was 67, so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good age.
And then we even have like Rushing who will like skate
Yeah.
out for us or play goalie. So
Let's
like,
just add the goalies.
Yeah.
man. People, everyone discredits us. It's like, oh, you're a goalie skating out. Like,
yeah,
let me tell you,
Dude,
no one loves scoring goals more than a goalie.
absolutely.
that is the one thing that I have not done is like skated out
it's a
yet.
rush,
I
man.
don't think I'm going to.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not gonna.
Oh, yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
going to.
Next session, we're definitely putting you on the
Dude,
on
I
the
would
blades.
much rather dude, I'm still in this. And so like that's the other thing too is like I didn't grow up playing.
Yeah.
Right? So I haven't hit that, baseball. I played baseball my whole life, played in college, and I just hit a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally hit that wall. I can
Yep.
relate to the burn.
Totally
I was
hits
like,
that.
man, I'm done. And that's when I picked up hockey, and it was like, so I was, in my early 20s and going, holy shit, I'm addicted to this. Let's play.
Hell yeah.
So like I didn't get a chance to hit that, and so it's like I just feel like I'm kind of finding a groove of like, all right,
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll put a pin in me skating out.
Yeah.
And we'll
I bet
maybe
you shoot
circle
pretty
back.
good though, golf, right?
I do. Yes. Yeah.
So
It translates.
yeah. Like I mean,
My
yeah,
problem is like if I'm on the puck, dude, my head's gonna be down.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my problem. Like,
well, if we have to, we'll just set you up back door and we'll just work on
just
one
tap it
tees.
in.
dude, all right.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
maybe we'll have a
Again, I'll
practice.
come back. Let's circle back. Right.
Yeah.
I'm still like my spot in the crease, so don't go give it away.
No,
Because
no.
Kaiser's gonna skate out. Like,
Guys are skating out.
hey, Kaiser, you're skating out, man. You want to play this session? Oh, by the way, you guys show up and there's another goalie, and I'm like you're skating
Sorry,
out.
we need more goalies.
Yeah. We won't do that to you, I promise.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at now. It's just the constant climb now. It's like came back to playing after Jordy calls me out of nowhere, and then I'm playing locally just for fun, playing men's league on Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays, and my wife's like, all right, you're getting kind of crazy like you used to be. And I'm like, I know, I'm having fun again. I'm like, don't worry, the kids will get a little bit older, and then they're going to be just like I was with my dad. I'm like, I'll just bring them with me, so I
Yeah.
give you
Yeah.
a break. Don't feel like you're getting left with them all
Yeah.
the time. And but yeah, so it just kind of kept building from that. And then I guess that would have been 3 years ago. It was the second rendition of Wish Cup.
Yeah.
Jordy was playing with the team called the Tidal Wave Jets in Nashville, and that's where Wish Cup's at. And he's like, we need a goalie. Our normal goalie can't make it, or he's hurt or something. And he's like, I told the guys, I know a guy from St. Louis. Do you want to come? And I was like, sure.
Yeah.
I was like, and
Why not?
that was kind of my first real taste of like good like travel roller.
Yeah.
Sorry, this alarm's going
That's
off.
okay.
And so yeah, we go down there, and it's like we're playing. That's like the second rendition. We're playing pro, and it's like I'm like coming from men's league. It's like I'm
Yeah.
a good goalie, but I'm not. I haven't really got the skating back, and I've never really hit a peak of roller hockey goalie. Like my roller hockey goalie peak was 13 years old.
Right.
So yeah, we go down there, and it's like game one is like a Friday night, and we're playing against Chavo and DiMartino. I'm like, oh, sick. I don't even know who these guys are.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
go.
So you're like, all right, cool.
I'm going out there to play hockey.
Like, hey, we got a game. This is game
and,
time.
like, the
I'm
guys,
showing
yeah,
up.
the guys on our team are like, they're looking
Freaking
like,
out,
like,
like-
oh, this is gonna be bad. I'm like, who the fuck are we even playing? They're like, oh, I'm like, I've never even heard of that.
You're
guy.
like, who? Who? Where? Who?
They're like, he's pretty much the NHL version of roller. And I'm like, all right. Yeah, fun fact. They're really good. And the best part is there's a clip, and Chavo just posted it like maybe last summer, and it's from that tournament like 2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's on a power play, and he just like, I guess left wing to right wing one timer, crossbar straight down on me, and
Yeah.
and then he does the dunk with his hand afterwards, and
wow.
it's like
Yeah.
it's such a great shot. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, fucking poster me, man. Why don't you?
Yeah. Well, that's what Nasher did that to me at State Wars.
Oh yeah, you got love it,
Nasher,
right?
like we played him, we tied him 6-6. And I had a goal. I had literally a save on the goal line at the end of the game on him. In the first, no, but in the
That's not
first,
what the fans
he got me over blocker, and literally like 30 minutes after
Oh,
the game,
yeah.
it was already a reel.
Social media, and you're just
And
like,
then the
everyone's
reel,
sending it to you.
and then like he made it to where like the first rendition was just him scoring, and then the second one was like when he scored, the whole like the crossbar like lit up.
oh sick.
I was like, oh.
sick at it.
Like,
I was like,
sweet.
cool.
At least
So with
you comment, you're like,
literally-
at least tag me in it.
The only reason I started this podcast was to challenge Nasher on a public platform for a rematch.
Hey, you
That's
deserve
literally
it.
the only reason why. Once I get that, I'm done with the podcast.
That's
It's
it.
done.
That's done.
It's done.
I don't like that idea.
Hey, I'm just kidding, but that is the goal of this.
Well, Roller Dad's doing the best rinks.
Yeah,
in
I
the
saw that,
Midwest.
man.
saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
By time this
All-American
airs,
number
that
3,
will
let's
be
go.
out. So by time this airs, that will be already done for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but we're celebrating because
believe
All
we're
American
Gonna
got
win
in it.
Who do you think's gonna win it?
I think it's going to be probably one of the Colorado rinks.
Okay. Yeah.
Like they're the 1 and 2 seeds, and then it's us, and then Veta, and then Queenie. Well, Heatwave is like number 11, and I think they might be on a crash course with us.
Really?
Yeah,
So that'd be
for like
pretty
a
wild.
quarterfinal matchup.
Heat
Yeah,
wave versus all
Right.
See, that's like that, man. Like that would be something that would be so cool. It's like like a little because they're in Columbus.
Yep.
yeah.
So it's like, dude, it's a 70 battle almost, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
hey, you
100%.
guys come here, we go there. Like, let's
Right.
have.
We played there
Let's
last
play.
year. It's a fun rink, fun
Yeah,
atmosphere.
I'd love to go out there and play because aren't they doing a Wish Cup or a?
Yeah,
they're
that's
doing a
what-
Wish Cup.
Yeah, last year Wish Cup did Wish Cup Columbus, partnered with Nasher and at that Heat Wave Arena, and it was a blast. We went and played. We ended up winning, which was always fun.
Not a big deal.
And see, that's whenever I
Yeah.
got my revenge. We beat Chavo's team in the finals.
Okay, all right.
Kind of the revenge, but yeah, it's fun. It's a
Yeah.
blast. That's a nice rink, and he gets all the fans, all the kids come
Oh,
out.
dude,
I remember the first
all
time,
the games.
and that, I think
it's
Just
a cool
the
spectacle.
kids.
Yeah,
the kids.
are
He would
nuts.
get off and they'd be like,
It's so
Nasher,
funny.
Nasher.
Well, that's kind of funny. Like when I first came back into roller and I did the Wish Cup thing, and he was down there as
Yeah.
a content creator and playing in it, and it was like a men's A game. And kids are literally climbing the fences like we're at it's like Zombieland or something. And they're screaming.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I was like,
what is
I'm like,
this?
who's here? Nasher. And then I watched some of his videos. I was like, oh, this is pretty sick. I'm like, dude's got all the kids, fired
That's-
up.
again, I
And
was
it
like, who
grows
is
the
this guy?
game,
Yeah,
it's like now you've got everybody and their
Yeah.
brother. It's like back in the day, you either were an ice guy or a roller guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you were
Yeah.
a roller guy, the ice guys don't like you. And if you're
Yep.
an ice guy, the roller guys don't like you. And nowadays, it's like everybody plays both.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
all the kids
No,
play both.
100%. It's
Yeah.
a hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love seeing that.
And I think roller's gotten a step up, right? To
Yeah.
where when you tell people you play roller, it's like, oh yeah, that's
right.
Okay, cool.
It used
like,
to be back then. You tell people you play roller, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's hockey.
Side
yeah,
eye.
Yeah, it's like
Side eye,
yeah.
100%.
You're looked down upon, but now it's like, yeah, it's
Right.
really growing, and it's at a whole new level. I feel
it
like.
is, man. It's really cool.
My
Or you
bad.
said you were going to say something.
I know. You'll have to cut this part out.
That's
well, I
okay.
was just going to say, in a way, Shivo and Pat Maroon are there to, you can thank them for that as far as it becoming more hybrid because they did have this success on ice.
Yeah.
And then came back to roller and that,
No, I agree with you. You don't have to look at it as oh, because you play roller, you're not good at ice hockey. It's like,
right.
no, that's not how that
right.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Nasher, just being a roller guy
Yeah.
just helps out
Oh,
tremendously
you get
with.
you get the big
100%,
content
man.
guys that are
Yeah.
get
Well,
the kids involved, get them loving it. I mean, my son's 7 and he broke his wrist 5-6 weeks ago, and he cried harder at the fact that he didn't get to play roller hockey for 6 weeks than even wrecking his bike and breaking his arm.
Yeah.
Just seeing kids love the game is the best
Percent.
part.
100%.
One of the things also that brought it up or came to mind when you're talking about getting retribution against Shivo is you being on Car Shield now. Because when he got done with Lindenwood, I was still talking with JP quite a bit, and I'm like, hey, I got a guy, all time D2 winning his at
Humble
Lindenwood.
brag, I guess.
Yeah, not a big deal
Not
or
a big
whatever.
deal.
Not a big
Full-time
deal.
wins.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, we should really use him in a tournament. And I forget, you'll have to tell this story, but Josh did something to aggravate JP.
We were playing against each other at a regional or something, and I don't know. I think that's when I was playing with the Lizards,
Oh, okay.
and we were playing
Yeah.
against Car
Heated
Shield,
rival.
and it's big rivalry.
No
Yeah.
homo, though.
It's fucking, everyone's freaking out. There's penalties left and right. We're out at Queenie Park, and something do not care anymore.
Yeah.
It's on the rink, and
That's
then
been a
it's
constant
over.
for this podcast.
Yeah.
It
too,
really
where
has
we're
been,
talking
yeah.
about
Yep.
No tummy sticks for the during the games.
yeah,
I'm like,
we're enemies. We're
Yeah.
not friends.
I'm not about that
on
life.
this rink, we're not friends, but once I get off, I have no hard feelings.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. I would prefer that we're still friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so I mouthed off to him.
I'm gonna keep
JP
this in
as
mind
he
the next
skate-
time we
Yeah,
play against each
exactly.
other.
Oh yeah.
I'll keep that in
It's gonna be hard
mind
to yell
because
down
we
the
played.
rink, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be. It
Hey,
will be.
warm-up fight.
But we cross each other on the benches. You know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, cap that story though. But yeah, he says that and he's skating off or away, and I told him to shut the F up or you're not gonna do shit. And then he made some remark he's like, this is why you would never play for Car. No, actually, I think he fucking scored on me maybe later that game, and then he looked at me and said, this is why you'll never play for Car Shield.
Right.
Just kind of stick the knife in and twist it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, all right, whatever.
I don't even like you.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, there's other teams, man.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Get away from me, big meanie. I had no response, just silence. And then fast forward 2 years later, and now I'm playing for their AAA team.
Yeah,
Which,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, and we're buddies now. It's kind of a fun story to look back on.
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
remember that time we almost got in a fight?
Well, again,
You're
man.
just kind of king of retribution.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Well, it's funny. I'm surprised. Like Kojo and I didn't tell that story, but him and I played. We played against each other at a league over in, and him and I are, we're good friends. We've been teammates for a long time, and we played against each other in this league and over on the Illinois side, and we beat him in a playoff game. And literally, he comes through the handshake line, and at the handshake line, okay, game's over. I'll be a little bit more. Dude, he grabbed my hand through a shoulder into my chest, and was like, "You can thank your waiver player or whatever, right?"
God.
And then just skated off. And it's funny because we'll joke about it now, where I'll tell him "Yeah, man, I wake up every day and I text that guy, the waiver player that we had, and said, "Hey, thanks for the championship."
Who was it?
It was Ben Kleinschmidt.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Ben Kleinschmidt.
That's hilarious.
And so it's funny because I'll
Thank
still
you,
give
Benny.
him shit in the locker room, but it threw me off. I was like, damn, dude, I didn't know it was like that, but okay.
Oh, trust me, every time he goes off while I'm reffing or spectating, I'm always just like, where's this coming from? You were smiling 3 seconds ago, and now it just
Dude, he's a
complete
competitor, man.
eruption.
I got to give it to him.
Yeah.
I respect.
We all are, though.
We all
There's a
are,
reason
man.
We all play the game.
100%. And you are I respect the fire. Part when guys are doing that, it's certain guys.
Yeah.
Some guys, it's dude, stop. What are you doing?
There's a line.
There's 100% a line, and it's guys like him where it's dude, he's got that fire in him, and I see the fire because I have the same fire, and it's dude, I respect that.
Oh
Yeah.
I respect it, but just don't do anything dumb to get kicked out of the game.
I would almost bet that I've been fuck you Marty'd more from my friends than people I don't know, during games.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, we definitely had a couple different times where it was shut the fuck up, you're a goalie. And he's shut the fuck up, play better defense.
You're yeah, you got me there, man. Yeah, you got me there, man.
But yeah, so now it's, last summer and then this summer coming up are like I said, it just keeps growing,
Yeah.
It's I think last summer we were out of town for tournaments 7 or 8.
I was gonna say you were, and that was
It's
something.
everywhere.
That was something that I look at.
It.
Yeah, it's right. It's just turned 30 and it feels like I'm not even at the peak yet. It's still
Yeah. Well, it's something that I'm damn, ever since I kind of came in, kind of underneath you, it was man, I'm looking at you going, I want to do what that dude does, I want to play. This dude's going out, he's traveling, man, I want to do
tournament
that.
roller is, and that was also the other thing that really brought me back to roller. When I first started getting back into it after college was tournament roller. It's a totally different world. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And then it lets you keep that competitive nature. It's I don't want to go play men's league ice hockey on a Wednesday night and take head high clappers. And then there's nowhere to go. I'm just playing men's league. It's with roller, it's I'm playing men's league 2 or 3 times a week. But this weekend, I'm flying to California to play for, AAA championship.
Yeah.
It's it's fun.
Yeah.
It keeps that drive. There's always, you can get better.
100%.
It's there's a reason to play
100%.
rather than just going through the motions.
You're man, I still got this. I can still hang.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Right. And it's I always give people shit. They're oh, I'm getting old. They're mid 30s, 40s. I'm old. I'm getting old. I'm no, you're not.
No.
I'm
Oh, that's where I'm at.
My dad's 60. Your dad's 67.
Right.
Mr. Lisi's 70.
Yeah.
They're all still playing.
Yep.
To me, you're not old until maybe Mr.
Well-
Lisi's old.
well, and-
maybe 70 year old.
70.
Maybe.
Right.
Well, and
Maybe.
it's
Well,
it's
and-
find your lane, right?
And then we had
find
another
your lane.
guy that was 62. So
Damn.
we were the father son. We referenced this on the very first one. Said that we're going to do a Chirps and Bearings father son tournament.
Yeah.
But that was because of Deer Dick
Our
being
whole team was
our whole squad
dad
was
and son.
basically we became a team because we had father son.
Yeah.
And honestly, we've been playing together now for I would say 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
But his dad and my dad have been playing together in pickups or on the same team since the 80s.
Yeah.
That goes back.
Yeah.
That goes back. Man.
Right.
It's a
So
long time.
That
I mean,
is.
yeah, it's a huge shout out for us because the fact we played with them. I played with my dad now 25 years. Because I was 14.
That's cool.
I was 14 at Queenie when we got to start playing.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you wouldn't. you were probably, I guess you were 22, 23 about that time because,
When I
like you
really-
said, you were
yeah.
ice goalie before.
Yeah.
So, but
So,
when
yeah,
we
I guess,
resurrected,
about
when we
23.
resurrected Deer Dick, like right after COVID, his dad was automatically in the fold, like because that team kind of disbanded for 2-3 years because essentially what had happened, my dad got too old and I was still.
You were like too young.
Yeah, I was still fiery, and him and I actually got in like fist fights after games.
Yeah, there's some classic stories of
Yeah, like-
the Muellers going at it.
Yeah, of very similar, like me being like make a save and him being like back check.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then honestly, at Queenie, I can still remember it. You know, right by the garage door, we started just swinging on each other on one Sunday, and then that was like, it was kind of like, all right, I'm done playing on this team. And then like a couple years passed, and my one buddy JP Bodeau from New Orleans was like, we should start playing again and get your dad to Elway it and let's win a championship. And we did. You know, we were in the Iron Division or whatever. But after winning that, though, it was like, you know what? We are having so much fun playing with
Yeah.
our parents
Yeah.
again, and really haven't stopped since then.
Yeah. That's really cool, and that's really something that I'm sure really special for you guys to get to
Yes.
go out like tonight, right? We're going to go out. We're going to suit up. But we got a
Playoffs
chance
tonight.
to win some hardware tonight,
Yeah.
too, boy.
T-shirt. Shout out
Maybe
Brennan
a
Sella
T-shirt.
State Farm.
Yeah. Also,
he's
too.
my agent.
Yeah.
Also,
same.
Also,
Saved me a
too.
ton of
So
money.
your wife, she does. What is it? Slap shots.
by Diane.
Slap
yeah.
shots by Diane.
Yeah,
so
she does photography for locally, and then for like Tidy Whities and Car Shield, like she does all of our photos.
yeah, so definitely go check her out. Go give her a like and follow, man. That's really cool too. So she might have to come out and take some. She
Yeah.
might have to do a little work for Chirps and Bearings at some
Hey,
point in time,
yeah,
man. You
let
know.
us know.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
loves it. It's her passion. It's fun. You know. It's a good
Yeah,
hobby
that's cool,
for her.
man. That's awesome. Well, boys, I mean, you got anything else?
No.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Man.
I was glad you had me.
Dude, heck, and
Well,
we'll,
you were talking
dude,
to me
we'll,
anxious. I was anxious coming here.
we'll,
I've never done
dude,
anything like
you
this.
did great, man, and we'll have you come back on, man. You know,
Yeah.
the chance to like follow up with guys, man. You know, see how the
yeah.
tournaments
Oh,
go,
yeah.
man.
Especially,
see what
yeah,
comes
come-
out.
Come
Like,
September
Yep.
before
Hey.
National Cup,
Yep.
we'll see how you did this
with
summer.
All the summer, yeah.
yeah,
I'm doing that.
absolutely, man. And it'll be exciting, you know, to see each other at the rink, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, so. Yeah, man. So thanks so much, Marty. Really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Man, if you guys haven't already, go check out the social. Like and subscribe and share. That's how we're growing this thing. Kind of, I don't know. I think that's something that like I really took away from this episode was like, hey, man, don't give up.
Yeah, definitely. That
Like
would be
keep
my biggest
pushing,
thing to say.
you know. And I think that's so true in your story, right? Every time it seemed like things came to a dead end, something else picked up,
Yep.
right? So if you continue to do the next right,
I think that's in any aspect of life. You
100%.
keep working hard, and doors are going to open.
100%. If
People
you
are
just
going to notice you.
keep your head down, do the next right thing, and everything will fall into place.
Absolutely.
Man, Marty, thanks, man. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Dude, this is almost 2 hours.